I hope to show you tonight something that has probably a lot to do with this aspect, the linguistic, the phonetic aspect, and the musical aspect, the dramaturgical aspect as well. What I put on the screen for our first slide tonight is, well, first of all, a nice collection of pictures, and you may be able to identify some of them. We have a representation of Dante's Inferno. I'm going to point with your beautiful laser pointer, and I apologize for the friends who are watching via Zoom. Of course, the pointer is not going to be on Zoom, but this is the funnel of Dante's Inferno. Okay, this is instead a Dore illustration from the Paradiso, with angels and saints singing along. And this is the Arena of Verona. Dante lived in Verona for several years at different times in his life. And I've also pasted a quotation from T.S. Eliot, who had an immense appreciation for Dante as a poet. What Dante does, as you can read in Eliot's words, is not just write poetry, but in fact animate theology and philosophy. I often tell my students that if the Divine Comedy, written 700 years ago, were just a collection of lines without all the music that Dante represents, describes, if it were just the poetry without the action, the theater, then it would be quite boring, to be completely honest. What animates and livens and makes the poetry come to life is precisely all the drama, meaning theatrical, the theatrical dimension of the poem that I hope to show you tonight.